Hello, partners! Over the years, millions of people have contributed to this great country, America. Many of them are remembered through books and movies and statues and paintings. However, others sadly were never rewarded for their service and die in obscurity. Well, this week we're looking at one of those lost souls, a person who did marvelous things to contribute the image of America, but who, over the passage of time, has long been forgotten. In this report, I hope to rectify that wrong. At the end of this report, you will know what he did, and I hope you will remember his name. First, we got to go back to the 1930s. America was in horrible shape. The Great Depression was reaching out to every village and town and family, just as the grit and grime of the Dust Bowl was seeping into the homes of millions of people in the Southwest. In my town in Chickasha, Oklahoma, I remember the horrible reports coming from Cimarron County, Oklahoma. That's the farthest west part of Oklahoma, way out on the tip of what we now call the Panhandle. The area is about 350 miles west of Chickasha, where I live, as I told you. But I experienced part of the Dust Bowl and heard reports from the people that were devastated. In one part of the country, however, some visionaries were organizing to put people to work by starting a very ambitious public works project. And most people said it could not be built. But unlike many of the massive projects of the time, including, for example, the Tennessee Valley Authority, which everybody thought would never come about, was created with public funds. This project was going to be built by common, ordinary people. The movers and shakers of this project had gone to more and more cities in and around the project, seeking local support. The idea was to pass a bond measure. Well, the people who would benefit from the planned project would be the ones to pay for it. It was an incredible example of a project that allowed Americans who were hard hit by the Depression to actually play a part in lifting themselves out of the mess. Within a year, hundreds of thousands said they would pitch in and be a part of it. Many mortgaged their homes and their businesses. The man who was spearheading the idea, Joseph Strauss, S-T-R-A-U-S, traveled night and day pushing his idea. The people liked it, but many of the big businesses didn't like it. His biggest rival were the railroads. I'll explain why this is a fact in just a few minutes. So Strauss came up with the financing for a massive project to help the economy of the area and to put people to work. The problem was that although Strauss was a great organizer, he was not the greatest engineer. What does this mean? Well, a local newspaper printed a photo of the plans that Strauss had and the ones that he had drawn up for the enormous project. People laughed. Most thought that the plans were, to put it mildly, ugly, U-G-L-Y. And partners, they were ugly. Within a month, Strauss went from being a hero in that part of the United States to being a laughing stock. He was told to submit a new plan or no one would help him. It is at this point that this week's honoree comes into our story. When Strauss told his friends in the engineering community about these problems, someone suggested he talk to a young man who was well respected in the engineering community in the Midwest. He lived in Chicago. We call him Charlie. Charlie is quite a guy. He had earned a degree in mathematics from Wesleyan University and a graduate degree from the University of Illinois. He took additional studies at the University of Michigan and at Purdue University's fabled mathematics school in Indiana. Hey, Charlie was the perfect person, Strauss thought, to get his project going again. Figuring that he was up against the wall and had nothing to lose, Strauss entrusted Charlie to do the task of starting from scratch. Our story's getting good, isn't it? Well, in our next report next week, we'll find out just what this young unknown designer did. Until then, you know the drill. Look up there at the right side up here and you'll see those 3 big boxes, part 1 of The Man with the Plan. Hey, be sure and get ready, and we'll see how fun time is going to be for next week. Dennis, thank you. Good gracious. It beats all how you come out every week with something special going on. Never is stop amazing at it. It's so important. But anyway, right now, I want you to click that red box. Nothing else, just the box. Then you'll be whisked right back here to the place where you'll end the rest of this week's report. Okay? Remember what I said, just push that one box, nothing else. I love you. I love you so much, boy. It just makes me feel good to be able to sit here and talk to you. And Dexter works with me, helping me get this new project. We've got a new teleprompter we're working with now. It is fun. So for now, I want to say I love you. Go get 'em, Tigers!